I went out and gathered a few fish today, hoping that my pressure cooker canner thing will be here pretty soon. And in case this canning thing does work, that's a bunch of meat right there that would have, all but a few ounces of the rib meat slices, wherever they are, something like that, would have just gone to waste. Here's something of interest. That meat that I was just filming, I've knocked most of the water out. There's a little tad of water in the bottom, but it's not much. That is almost 4 pounds of meat. Well, no, it is 4 pounds. Anyway, it's somewhere around 4 pounds of meat that I would have just had to throw away. My new pressure cooker canner pot thing came today, and I've got other pieces in here. I guess I can bring this in. It's not entirely assembled because I've got to put the pressure gauge on. And I guess that's about it. Put this back in. I took it apart to wash it like it said. I guess it's time to process some fish meat. I'm supposed to leave 1 inch of headspace, but I don't have a ruler. There, I've got a little flex tape, and just as I thought, it's right below the rim of that. It's basically to that little spot right there. So, you know what it. They say to try to remove air hole spots with a plastic knife or something. It doesn't really matter what. I'm gonna try. I don't know what difference air holes would make, but anyway. There's some air bubbles. I've never done it before. So if somebody says to remove the air bubbles, I'm gonna try to remove the air bubbles. I got a little more than an inch of headspace, but that should be fine. Okay, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 jars, little half-pint jars, packed, and then I just got these little bitty pieces, so I'm gonna throw them in and see what they do. If it doesn't work, I've got dogs. They need feed too. I can't find my half teaspoon measure. I got a 1/4 teaspoon measure. So, well, darn. We'll not put that in there. Put a little bit in that. There's a 1/4. I'm only doing half pints, so maybe half a teaspoon. I mean, a 1/4 teaspoon will be enough. If I'd quit spilling it. I think that a little bit. I may just not do them at all. Okay. I haven't wiped the jars yet. Wipe the jar tops. Put on the heated lid. I guess I'll get my ring. Put it down. Finger tight and not a bunch more. And the last one. Okay, that part's done. It said put like 3 quarts of hot water in it. And I've got 2 in there, so these directions say 3 quarts. Other things say 2 to 3 inches. It seems to be about the same. And this thing goes in here to keep the jars from sitting on the bottom of the pot directly. I guess now I stick the jars in. And here's the last 2. right? Now, I'm supposed to put on the lid. That way, do I line it this way? There we go. Now then we line that up and close it. It's been about 10 minutes of letting the steam flow, so I'm going to put this thing on it. And that little thing that just popped up is the pressure indicator. It's been going for a pretty good while. It's holding steady pretty well around 11. It should be close enough. And it's got about 20 minutes left to go. Okay, it's been now an hour and 40 minutes. So, turn off the heat, which I just did, and move this over to the one that's not been heated. And I guess we just wait now for however long it takes. Okay, the pressure's off and the little button has fallen. Take that off, no steam coming out. So I guess it's time to uncap it. Get the jars out. Let's turn that way. Open it away from me. A little while since I checked them. Looks like that one's not sealed. Sounds like that one's not sealed, but so we're gonna have to eat that one, I suppose. It's not too hot to touch. Yeah, that one's sealed off nicely. I don't know what happened to that one. Anyway, there's the fish. This is the one I also didn't put any salt in. I can't tell at all that there are bones in it. Oh, I did taste one, or feel one a little bit in that. But it was like a sardine bone. Sure wasn't anything that was hard to eat. It could use salt, but it tastes alright.